Right then, time to get this tile out. So just whacking up the satellites on. There you go, more light. Of course, getting these tiles out isn't too hard. Just a case of lifting them up. A lot of shit comes down when you do this. All the cobwebs and other stuff which is now lurking on top of the tiles. And long bits of the tiles themselves. Comes out diagonally. I can plonk it down on the worktop. Right, let's give it this quick. To put these in, I'm just marking the centre. I don't have a long enough straight edge, so I'm just using this brass rod, which thank fuck I didn't have to pay for, courtesy of my old job, because this stuff's fucking expensive. There we go, got a centre mark now. Now, the dragon's gone away now, but the bearded dragon in the aquarium over there, because earlier he was watching this, trying to get to it because he thought it was a bug. Let me just get you lifted up a bit, zoom in a bit. Basically, so I've got across and just been using this knife to drill a hole, because it just happens that it's almost the perfect diameter to get the lenses in. It does kill your wrist after a little while though. You have to sit on the other side. Just drill through. And the finish on it's pretty good. About as good as what it will get. Do have to kind of ream the hole out a little bit. Make it a little bit bigger. Otherwise it tries to pull the tile apart. So now I just have to go, grab one of the lenses and plonk it in. Nice and tight. And that's pretty much it. Get you zoomed in a little bit more on it. You can see the finish is pretty damn nice and flat. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with that. And of course comes time to put it back in, which of course is the reverse of taking it out. Right way might help. I have to take this tile out anyway, so always a little bit harder to get back in because you have to rely on gravity, and they're just a little bit tighter than that. Be careful not to break them though. This one's been a real bitch. Ah, there we go. Out of the way. There we go. Now that one's in. And get this one out while I'm here. And there it is. I'll do the same thing to this one now. And then I can put the last set of lights in. Right guys, I'd like to thank you for meeting me here in the ceiling. We're going to put the lens on, the LED on there. You can see the lens there as I'm waving my hand in front of it, getting darker and lighter and so on. I now have to figure out what end of the LEDs have to be, because of course it's a diode so it only works one way. Hang on. Right, that end is live. I suppose where I am now it don't really matter, although neutral being at this end would be a little bit easier. So we'll do that at that end. Right then. That brings me to the conclusion that this is the best end to go in first. Alright. This first LED to go in on this set. They kind of grip themselves in a little bit, but I haven't been taking that for granted, so I've been putting in some little drawing pins just to help hold it in. Once the heat sink's on, I'll probably do the same with some little clips and wires and other things, just to hold the heat sink on, stop the LED from popping out, because that there was going to be really annoying. Doing the first set was the hardest because it had the fourth LED attached to it. So that's going to be negative. Now I'm going to have to go to the next one and repeat, well, I'm going to have to repeat that another 2 times, then wire it up, put all the wires, hide all the wires in the ceiling and run a wire down. I'll show you where I'll be running the wire down. Oof. Right. There we go. Right, the wire's going to be going down in that corner there because, mainly, when I installed the lights under these 2 cabinets, that's where the join is there for those 2. And there's another one there which goes down. So this power cable here will be going. Ooh, this will probably be running off the same power supply, which the ceiling ones eventually will be. Possibly even, actually probably not this thing. I jury-rigged this the other day. Put a switch in the side. So, yep. Very handy that now. And also put a different wire on it. Just a two power cable, so I've got a nice 180 watt, I think it's 180 watt 12 volt power supply. Oh sorry, 175 watt, I was close. But yeah, and it's also all protected and everything, so any shorts or anything automatically cuts out. Can be a little bit problematic when you're trying to, when you realise it hasn't, when you realise that it's tripped off and there's no power up, and you're trying to figure out why your things aren't working. But anyway, yeah, there's also a gap in this cupboard which I believe goes all the way up. If not, I'll just drill a little hole in the back and I can run the wire all the way down. So it won't, the wire shouldn't even be seen. I'm going to use some clear, kind of like speaker cable stuff. Basically, clear version of this. I've got a heap of it upstairs, so that'll run up to the ceiling quite nicely and not poke out too much. There's the other LED. If anyone wants to know where I get these LEDs from, it's just eBay. Just search around to try and find the best supplier and what best suits you. To be honest, the more you can buy the more expensive ones, which have a slightly higher lumen rating. And you can buy ones in all different colour temperatures, but I just buy the bog standard white LEDs. The ones up in my room, they're not their expensive ones because they work to be used on my partner's marine fish tank over there, which is looking very sorry for itself at the moment, as you can see by all the algae. I think we put fish in it too early before it had finished cycling, and now there's just so much bacteria and waste in there that the algae is just thriving. So yeah, anyway, since we're not doing the LED conversion on that now because he's planning on getting rid of it, I had a surplus of LEDs and that's why I use them in the room. But I wasn't going to be buying more expensive ones to be doing down here, so let's put these ones. Anyway, I'm waffling, I better crack on and get these other LEDs in. Alright guys, I thought you might like to see the finished article. So yeah, on there it's barely invisible because of the reflection on it, but the heat sinks turned up yesterday at long last, so I got them fitted yesterday. I didn't bother filming it because, well, one, there's people here, and two, oh, you guys have seen how the LEDs are fitted, and all I've done is the little drawing pins that held the LEDs down. I removed all of them and squished the LEDs actually into the back of the lens, because normally they don't fit, but before I put them in, I went around them all with a soldering iron and just did little marks just so that they had something that the LED could grip, so they were already done. And I fiddled around and got all the LEDs to go in, and then all the heat sinks have just been balanced on top with heatsink compound. And as you can see, the wire is all the way in there, goes down behind the cabinet, comes out here, and is joined up to those lights there, which go to an Xbox 360 power supply at the back. So now there's one of this, so when I turn that on, they all come on. And at night I'll probably get some, I've got a photo, but tonight I'll do a video and I'll show you how it looks. Well, as you can see, so they've been installed now for about, how long do you reckon I've put these lights have been in now? 3 months? Yes. Okay. So they've been like 2-3 months now? Yeah, been in for a while now.
It's about a month now.
Yeah. But anyway, the heatsinks up on them, I just balanced them on top of the LEDs, and I was kind of worried that either the heatsinks weren't going to be big enough and they'd overheat, or they would slide off and then they'd overheat. So far, it's all been good. You can actually see up there the blue. That was my solution for this LED here. Because I've got the I've got the 10 LEDs. That means there's going to be one odd LED, which, because they're 3.5 volt and I'm only on a 12 volt power supply. So up there I've got another heatsink with 2 spare blue LEDs I had on lurking around, acting as ballast, which allows me to run all 3 on 12 volts. So yeah, it works quite well, and it lights up the kitchen. Bloody brilliant! We love these lights; they work so well. Even that little fly over there likes that one. Yeah, and considering all of these lights use less power than one of these halogens, we can't knock it. I'm going to get some more of this SMD flexi stuff. It seems to be stuff that sticks quite well when you first do it, but it starts falling off after a while. And then we have to glue it on. Once it's glued, it's fine. And it also, all the rubber seems to eventually lose its like suppleness. We've noticed this with both the ones I've got upstairs, all of these, and the ones at my partner's dad has at his house as well. All the rubber eventually goes quite hard, so if you install them for any long period of time, they start to go a bit brittle. So when you remove them, eventually I think this rubber gel stuff will actually crack and they'll lose their waterproofing, so you have to be careful of that. Yeah, but anyway, like I said, I'm going to get some more of that stuff. I'm going to put it under here. We don't really need it there, but it looks a bit odd that everything's lit up except for this bit, so we'll do that. And then we'll call it a day. I only need about 1 metre of it to stick there. I probably won't go all the way to the end. The VLE's just turned off. Oh well guys, that's that. I'll plaster this to the bit of video which I still haven't uploaded, and we get it uploaded tonight.